This is the Generational Podcast.
Take 3.
And it's episode 48.
4-8.
Now, recently we've heard that Russell Brand is getting accused of rape, sexual assault, emotional abuse, and all the listings that someone usually gets when they're being targeted.
Yeah, and it's par for the course. Russell Brand has been outspoken about what's been going on in our country today. He's also is a proclaimed Christian now, I believe, and he is actually on the pulse of everything that's going wrong, and it's just right for the playbook of everybody to say, accuse him of rape. I mean, they did the same thing with Stormy Daniels and Trump, right?
Right.
It's par for the course. He's making them all look bad because he was there and he knows their evil deeds. By the way, Russell, if you want to come on our podcast at any time, that would be great.
You're welcome to.
You are a lovely gentleman, and I would be more than happy to be around you. It'd probably be pretty cool.
You know what? Russell Brand, after hearing some of his videos and doing some research about him, he talks about wellness and being good a lot more than some of these other podcasters. And I will say that this goes against his whole entire character.
He started changing too many minds is what happened. He was changing minds and they had to put a stop to him.
Well, let's hear what Russell Brand has to say.
Well, you're going to actually put his stuff on here?
Yeah, of course.
All right, see, how long is it?
2 minutes long.
Okay. All right, so you're going to put it next to the speaker here. We're going to rig something up. Owen's going to give us the live here.
Of course.
Okay, and let's hit it.
This isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received 2 extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff, like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan, when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of, and we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth, Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices. And I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these 2 mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please, stay free.
Stay free. So here's what I want to say something. Can I say something?
Of course.
So the thing that gets me about this is that Russell. It's down at the bottom right, yeah.
Got it.
The thing that gets me is like we saw the girl, right?
Right.
And she is like a dog. She's got dog face, man. She's ugly as heck. And I'm not saying ugly people can't have bad things happen to them, but Russell Brand was with Katy Perry. And he had a private assistant that looked... She is not good looking by any means. Any means. Like, she ain't even Stormy Daniels level. Bro, she is like, ooh. Ooh. And he's like, oh, I saw him in his underwear. So what? You're his private assistant. I'm sure private assistants see people in underwear every time because you're at his house. You're in his home. When he wakes up in the morning, you're supposed to be there. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to see any of my bosses in their underwear. If you're a private assistant, the chances are you get paid for that. You're going to see some things that, because he doesn't want to get out of bed. So he's going to be laying in bed in his underwear telling you what he wants you to go do for the day because that's what you're supposed to do because that's what you get paid to do. But what you don't get paid to do is to do some stuff that's raunchy like this.
Now, let me read some of the
Libtards.
headlines. Are you ready? This is from AP News. Comedian Russell Brand denies allegations of sexual assault published by 3 UK news organizations.
Of course.
And it doesn't go into what the news organizations are. Now, all that comes out of this is The Independent, I'm pretty sure, and the CNN. They have the most amount of information, which is really weird. Now, let me go to The Independent. Now, there's 2 sides to this. There's the BBC side and there's the Russell Brands, right? Now,
I think there's the truth and then a lie, and the lie is on the news media because we all know they always lie. They're trying to discredit him. He's changing too many hearts, in my opinion. He's changing hearts and minds, and they're trying to discredit him in any way that they can.
Now, let me give an argument. Katy Perry said in 2006, this is a part of how they're going through with this. Now, in 2006, she described his behavior as very controlling, right? Now, but then in 2013, she says that he is a very smart man, and I was in love with him when I married him. And that was towards Vogue, was it V-O-G-U-E? Vogue, in 2013.
It's an older magazine,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so those 2 correlate. They don't correlate, actually.
Yeah.
Because one's in 2006 and one's in 2013. And the one that's closest to our time now is closer to the truth.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's anybody that's in a new relationship is kind of controlling at first.
And
that's
then,
just how it is.
The thing is, she said this after he divorced her.
See, he divorced her, right?
Right.
So there's a whole lot of like I said,
in
they're going after
2011,
the man.
actually, 2 years before she said that.
They're going after the man because he's changing too many hearts and minds. The same reason why, like, people can't find us.
Okay.
Because if they were to watch what we have, we might change their mind in something.
Exactly.
They might say, oh, well, let me look this up. Oh, wait, I don't like what the government's doing. I don't like what the mainstream media's doing. I don't like the globalist agenda that they're pushing on us. Because that's what it is. It's a globalist agenda. They want us all to be one world and everybody to be... I don't want that. I want to be American because I am American and I love this country and we have constitutional...
My question is, if
rights.
they could come after Elon Musk, Trump, Joe Rogan, Russell Brands, Kennedy, I forget, it wasn't John, it was...
The new Kennedy.
The new Kennedy.
Okay.
I'm just going to say the new Kennedy.
The new Kennedy.
Because he's actually being shadow banned right now.
They're doing it to everybody. And even us.
And
even
the thing
little
is,
people.
if they could do it to you, then they could do...
If
they could do it to you, honestly. They could do it to you.
Yeah, they're going to do it. They have been. They've been doing it. They've been doing it for a while. The thing is, like I said, there was a time that we had this thing, it's called citizen's arrest.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
And that means citizens can detain other citizens for breaking the law. And there needs to be that. They need to bring back citizen's arrest. I mean, we're an armed citizenry, citizenry.
They're trying to
citizenry.
take out the arms first.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is right now we are in armed citizenry, and we can do a citizen's arrest. They used to hold judgments in public squares, like right then and there. Like, all right, the thing is we know the truth, and we have been waiting for the judicial system to work, and it hasn't worked because they've infiltrated the judicial system, so that way they can move themselves around it and never have to go to jail because they pay the right people. Well, here's the thing: with an armed citizenry, and the fact that we can invoke a citizen's arrest, dude, we don't care about how much money you make. We care about the truth. All of us, any red-blooded American wants the truth, and they want their rights. It's
Now,
just,
speaking of the truth, have you heard of Andrew Clyde?
is he a senator,
He is a...
or is he? What is he? What is he?
Now, him and the House Republicans, other House Republicans, are leading a committee with Chairman James Comer and are currently investigating to President Biden and his family's shady foreign business dealings.
You know what? Before we start into that, let's talk about Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
I want to make something very clear right here, right now.
here.
There are no more Democrats. There are no more Democrats. And there are no more American Democrats. They are just globalists.
Now, give me an example of an American Democrat.
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Right now.
100%.
Right now. Kennedy. Yeah.
Kennedy.
Yep.
Okay.
He was running for like a Democrat, and he is running as a Democrat, but he's an American Democrat. He cares about American people. He's probably the last one, but other than that, there are no more Democrats. The ones that claim Democratic Party are globalists. They have a globalist agenda. They don't care about America. They've are like Sawwell. Like, what's his name? Sawwell, who's got Fifi, that Chinese girl that he's been plugging away at. That's the asset. Yeah, the spy. And then he's got dirty money. He's got dirty China money and dirty Russia money.
Well, let me say
Dirty
his
Ukraine
name.
money.
Are you ready?
Who?
Robert F. Kennedy.
Robert F. Kennedy. Yep.
Jr. actually.
Jr. Robert F. Bobby Kennedy. He's named Bobby, his dad. But anyway, yeah, he is probably one of the very last, if not the last, Democrats. Because anybody in the Democratic Party, they've been bought by China.
And
There's some that are Republicans too.
I think some of his views contradict with some of mine, and everybody has contradicting views, but some of what he says is correct.
Yeah.
Like him not getting Secret Service when other actors and other politicians that have been out of the game for more than 5 years still having Secret Service when he doesn't have Secret Service. That's unfair.
Well, it's a matter of they don't want him to live.
And
Like-
he has to pay his own Secret Service, and that takes out of his pocket. And
They-
that diminishes the amount of people we could reach.
It also, it hurts his campaign.
Definitely.
There's a whole lot of this globalist, these people that are like Janet Yellen, Fink, Charles Schwab, like all these globalists that they've used a lot of money, and they've used connections through our government to give people money, Biden family included, China money,
CCP money.
CCP money. They're getting basically. I hate saying it, but the globalists that are in control right now, the Democratic Party, the globalists. Those people are the whores of America. They've literally they've sold all of our country out from under us. Like we're whores. Like seriously.
And that is not right.
It's not right. And if I had the choice and if I had the power myself, I'd arrest them. All of them.
Mhm.
They would all be arrested because you're a traitor. You took foreign money and then you've implemented foreign interests into our country. And it's not just one family. There are several. And they all need to be held accountable for their actions. Right?
Treason, right? Treason.
If I took money and I was in the military or I held a political position and I took money from another country and then implemented their ways, I would expect nothing less than someone to put me to death.
Yeah.
The death penalty.
Definitely.
I would expect that. I mean, that's what you're looking at. But they think America's so weak now, right? America's so weak, they'll never do that. They can't even kill their own criminals. You think you're going to kill somebody because they sold out the country? And then you got to prove it because we'll buy the mainstream media and then we'll say they're conspiracy theorists. Right? That's the playbook, right? That's what they're doing?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. And then they'll hit you with the allegations.
I mean, I can understand what it's like to be accused of things you've never done. I understand that a lot. It really sucks. But the best thing is to move forward and keep doing the best you can and keep putting out good vibes and helping the most people that you can. That's my advice to you, Mr. Rand. Don't change. Press on the gas. Press on the gas and keep the spotlight on the mainstream media and all these other people and keep it away from that bogus allegation.
Now, let's go back to Andrew Clyde. And this is his message. The Biden crime family has a long and severely troubling history of corruption. It is imperative that the House Republican majority thoroughly investigate President Biden's involvement in his son's shady foreign business dealings, as well as his actions taken by federal agencies to shield the Biden family. We will leave no stone unturned in our pursuit of truth, transparency, and justice. The American people deserve nothing less. Now, these are a list of key evidences, and each of them have about 10 to 20 pages of evidence.
You know what's funny?
And we're gonna pick one of these.
You can pick as many as you want. What's funny to me is the fact that the mainstream media is still trying to be like, oh, what proof do you have? What proof? Listen, everybody knows. Everybody's seen it. The only people that are in denial right now is you. And then you're just going to make everybody hate you and not watch you. So
Now, let me read them off.
all right,
Ready?
let's hear all of them. How many of them are there? 22?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 14 main points, and each of them has subpoints.
Woo! We finna get deep.
So, whichever one, toot your horn, we'll click on it.
You
and
do
then
it.
look
You
through
click it. You're the one. You're the young mind.
Okay.
Listen,
I already have one picked.
I'm 42 years old. I'm halfway through life already.
Okay.
You're the young man that's going to be stepping up. This is going to be your country. So which one do you want to look
Ready?
at?
First key evidence. Overview. Evidence of Joe Biden's involvement in his family's influence peddling schemes. Second one. Timeline. The Biden's influence peddling. Third one. Memo. Bank records reveal Biden's family's influence peddling and business schemes. Third one. Report. Biden family's foreign business dealings.
Yeah.
Fifth
Charisma.
one. Memo. Bank records reveal Biden and his family created 20 plus shell companies. And shell companies doesn't mean that they,
They're not selling oil. They're literally fake companies to laundry money. That's what a shell
laundry
company is.
moolah. Right?
Lots of money.
Now, number 6, key
Okay,
findings,
I'm gonna
IRS
do
whistleblowers testimony. 7th, transcript, IRS whistleblowers. That means that there's multiple. Number 8, letters, House Republicans request over a dozen transcribed interviews related to DOJ, FBI, and IRS misconduct in Hunter Biden investigation. So that means that those federal agencies are involved in protecting his family. Number 9, bombshell, FD 1023. FBI record alleges Biden foreign bribery scheme. Oh my goodness, this is so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. But what if I told you that he was just following a blueprint? What if I told you he was following a Bush's blueprint, and then a Clinton's blueprint, and then an Obama's blueprint? What if I were to tell you this was just what he learned from his friends to do?
And his friends must have already done them.
That's what I'm saying.
Number 10, Devin Archer, Hunter Biden's former best friend and business partner. Now, 11, memo. Bank records reveal payments to the Bidens from Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. 12, House Oversight Republicans Biden family investigation. 13, transcript. Former FBI supervisory special agent. That's the Japanese coming back up. 14. Letter. House Oversight Committee requests NARA records revealing how the VP Biden mixed official government duties with family's influence peddling. Now, I have two that I want to click on.
Just
And
click on
I think
one.
I'll do Devin Archer.
Devin Archer. Oh yeah, that one's a crazy one.
All right. Family correct. Majority. Oh, they actually interviewed him.
Yeah, he already came out and pointed fingers at Biden and said, you know, and then they tried. Then the mainstream media, of course, doing exactly what they're doing to Russell Brand, trying to discredit them. So it's like I said, it's a blueprint. It's what they always do. It's what the mainstream media does. They think they're slick because they want to get the people to think something bad about him. Oh, they think he's good and right. We have to put something really negative in people's heads. That way they won't follow what that guy's saying. And that's
Yeah.
exactly the blueprint. I can't see it. I got these glasses on.
Oh, you can't.
I'm not gonna be able
I
to
was
see it
gonna
now.
do like a you read one, I read one.
No,
it'll
I'm
be
not
back
reading.
and
You
forth.
just read it, and then you can ask me a question, or I'll just kind of whisper into the mic.
Okay. We'll start with the majority council and Mr. Archer. So, majority council, you keep saying the brand, but by brand you mean the Biden family, correct? Correct. And that brand is what, in your opinion, was the majority of what the value that has delivered from the Hunter Biden to
Charisma.
Burisma. Oh, to Burisma?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't say majority, but I wouldn't speculate on percentages. But I do think that that was an element of it. An element of it. Now, this is Andy Briggs. When you say Biden family, sorry to cut in here, I just want to get a clarification. You aren't talking about Dr. Jill or anybody else. You're talking about Joe Biden. Is that fair to say? Mr. Archer. Yeah, that's fair to say. Listen, I don't think about it as, Joe directly, but that's fair. That's fair to say, obviously. That brings me the most value to the brand. Majority Council. That Hunter Biden was adding value. His value that he was adding was, in part, as he said, his family. And so what is your basis for knowing that? My basis for knowing that, well, I think there are particular, objectives that Burisma was trying to accomplish. There is a lot about opening doors, globally in DC. And I think that, that he was the, and then obviously having these doors opened, sent these right signals, for Burisma to, carry on its business and be successful. So what are those knows, Dad?
I don't know.
My
Well,
only thought is that I think Burisma would have gone out of business if they have the brand to attach to it.
They didn't
That's
have
my
Biden.
only honest opinion. But I have no basis for never heard any conversations.
So there's nothing there, huh?
No, there is more. Because he talked to the LLCs and he talked about the Biden's foreign business associates who wired money to Biden's associated LLCs, and those LLCs actually go back to the Biden family's created 20 plus shell companies document. And
Oh, so it's all connected.
yeah, so each one of these
They
connects
just-
with one another.
They just put the whole thing online for everybody to see.
Exactly.
Can you give people where to go to find
Yeah,
that?
of course. You can go to you can go to clyde.house.gov/Biden crime family/ and
/ or backslash?
/
Okay.
And what's interesting about it is you could only reach it through merely actually typing it in. If you don't type
It's
it
not gonna
correctly,
pop up
it's
on
not
Google.
going to pop up on Google.
Yep. That makes sense because they're all intertwined. If the thing that gets me, and I think we're
I got it now.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, these are the few points that comes out of the summaries. So I'm just going to read all the summaries.
No, well,
Not the ones that take my notice.
no.
The complicated network of the Biden family and associates companies. Biden family members and business associates created a web of over 20 companies. Most were limited liability companies formed during Joe Biden's vice presidency.
Oh,
The Biden family received millions of dollars from foreign sources. Bank records show that the Biden family, their business associates, and their companies received over $10 million from foreign national companies. The committee has identified payments to Biden family members from foreign companies while Joe Biden served as vice president and after he left public office. The Biden family used Business Associates Company to receive foreign funds. Despite creating many companies after Vice President Biden took office, the Biden family used Business Associates Company to receive millions of dollars from foreign companies. Attempt to conceal large financial transactions. After foreign companies sent money to Business Associates Companies, the Biden family received incremental payments over time to different bank accounts. These complicated financial transactions appeared to conceal the source of the funds and reduce the conspicuousness of the total amounts made into the Biden bank accounts. Chinese nationals hid the source of the money. Chinese nationals and companies with significant ties to Chinese intelligence and the Chinese Communist Party hid the source of the funds by layering domestic liability, limited liability companies.
Same people want to do these what do we call them? Those cities. The same ones that want to do those tech cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same money, same people, same game, same team. We need to get rid of them.
Now this is in Romania in China, so both.
I'm telling you right now, here's the other thing. The other thing is we know that we've lost so much money through Ukraine. Through this proxy war in Ukraine. And it's got nothing to do with us, but the Biden family and everybody on down the line, all those globalists, they've been pissing our country down the toilet. And all of us are sitting here at home watching it go down after work. Like you go and you try and figure out, oh, well, what's going to go on? How's my country doing? Because we're so busy working, we turn around and we see this crap. This is ridiculous. We didn't have I didn't vote for a politician so they could turn our country over to the Chinese or to burn our country down by killing our economy through Ukraine. Mm-hmm. I didn't vote for that. That's not my country. Those aren't my representatives. Those aren't my people. Those aren't Americans.
And you know what makes it shady? Do you remember when Trump was indicted and 4 times, and then he was impeached twice, and in all occasions he gave out all his financial records that he needed to give out to get, some kind of
proof,
exactly. But President Biden is not required to file financial disclosures for immediate family members other than spouse or dependents. The gaping legislative hole has allowed President Biden to make misleading statements about the source of his family's income, act willfully blind about their financial notwithstanding political conflicts of interest, and use federal government resources and personnel, including White House spokespersons, to conceal influence peddling. So, other than this, the Biden family has not given out any statements that they're requesting.
Because they think, here's the deal, is they believe that people across the pond are going to protect them more so than the people here in America. Meanwhile, they're trying to destroy all of us. All of us, black, white, yellow, brown, all of us. They're trying, if you're underneath a poverty line, if you're not on that team, they're coming for you.
But they have
even if you are on the team, they're still coming for you because they've already gotten in your head and they're going to take your house.
There's a list of all the LLCs right here in front of me.
Yeah, they're all shell companies, all illegal. And I guarantee you, they learned it all from Obama. They learned it all from Bush. They learned it all from Clinton. This has been a blueprint for these politicians for a long time. It needs to stop.
Now, let me say this.
The buck stops here.
One last time. This is in clydehouse.gov. Okay, I'll say it slowly. CLYDE, no capitals, house, HOUSE.gov/BIDENCRIMEFAMILY/. Now, if you go to the website, you should see all the documents there. All of them. And I will say that this is really interesting.
Well, for me, it's interesting, but it's also disheartening because, we put faith in politicians. We shouldn't put faith in politicians. We should put faith in God. But we put our our trust in the fact that they'll do the best for the American people.
Right.
Not for the I don't care about what goes on outside of American borders.
We elect you for us.
For us here. We don't elect you for somebody in Ukraine. We don't elect you for China interest. We didn't elect you to try and bring China money here. We don't need China money. We don't need Flint money. We don't even need money, in my opinion. All we need is God, food, and to love our neighbors. And I'm happy and content with that. I really am. We've come from piss poor nothing, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
And how many times have I said, with all this stuff, this technology, we say something in our phones like puppies, and then we get puppies on our phone. And I've said, you know what? I just want to get rid of all the technology and just live in the woods.
You said that more than a dozen times.
Because I am literally fed up with everything. Like everything. Like if we ain't going to war, I'm going into hiding because this is bullshit. Like I want people to stand up and the politicians to stand up. And these guys are actually starting, but I want actual people to wake up. Like wake up.
Honestly.
Stop with your team bullshit. Democrats are globalists. If you're a Democrat and you're like, oh, Biden, you're an idiot. You're not an American.
You're
a globalist. You're not an American. You're a globalist. You're a globalist piece of crap. If you want to be a globalist, take your ass to England or wherever they want to be, and you can go suck on the balls of them globalist agendas. Because here in America, we have our own way. We have the right to bear arms and the right to free speech. All these other countries don't have that.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't have it. So these countries like the CCP, when they're losing their best citizens and their best and their brightest that want to come over here because we're free and they can say what they want and do what they want, and people from India do that and other people from other countries do that because we have these actual freedoms and they can pray to whatever God they want.
Goodness, that was unheard of back then.
But now, even now, you come here and we're literally taking their citizenry. They're like, oh, well, let's go to America. It's cool there. So they try, all right, let's figure out how can we make America look bad? Okay, well, we'll take out their national anthem and we'll put in a black national anthem, right? It's to divide the people. And then we can show the Chinese there that want to come here that it's not so great because everybody's fighting and we're all racist. We don't even have nationality like they do. Right? This is a game. It's not about just people. It's about control. It's about making the other person look bad all the time. I don't know. What do you think, man?
Yeah, you're right. It's all a political game. And right now, we're losing the political, the geopolitical. We're losing the money. We're also losing the people.
We're losing on all sides. And the fact is, all we have to do is step up and have some big dick energy.
Right. We got to carry the big stick and start whacking it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said stick. I said the wrong thing, but it's cool. I still said the right thing though. I'm the, but we have to really step up because at this point it's a fact of us losing everything that we've had everyone fight for before us. I fought 2 wars for this country. I love this country. I will do anything I can to keep our rights. And that's everybody's rights. Like that's the trainees' rights walking down the street, their rights to be transgendered in America. You can't have that right in Iraq or Iran.
Russia.
You can't even be gay. They'll kill you. But you have that right here. But you want to turn around and try and take away those rights or trample those rights for what? What's that going to do to you later on down the line? If they get to implement their ways over here, guess what that means for you and your kind? Y'all die. How does that work out for you? How does pushing a socialist agenda in classrooms, a pride flag and not the American flag for unity, how are you pushing, you're creating a division in order for somebody else to come in and try and mix things up. This is complete and utter warfare. It's crazy to me, man. It really is.
This is my favorite quote. And it says
Theodore Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt.
Definitely. How do you know? How do you know?
Because you've said it more than once to me before.
Yeah. Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Excuse me, I growled on that one apart. I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
I apologize.
One last time. Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is it speak softly?
Walk softly.
No, speak softly and carry a big stick. It's speak softly.
It says walk.
Where did you? It's speak softly and carry a big stick.
Tread lightly and carry a big stick.
Theodore Roosevelt said it right.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it was speak softly and carry a big stick, but it might be tread lightly. I don't know. I remember it as speak softly, but we might be in an upside down world.
There's three different kinds. There's walk softly, tread lightly, and speak soft.
Okay.
Wait.
Speak
Speak softly. Yeah.
So I remember Theodore
Speak
Roosevelt.
softly and
Yep.
carry a big stick is the right one. Tread lightly and carry a big stick is the one I heard. Walk softly and carry a big stick is what I saw.
So here's what I think. We can't speak lightly anymore because there is no more light speech going on.
Mm-hmm.
We need direct speech. Direct. Because we need to directly tell people what they're doing. Like, do you understand? Like, I understand you feel like you're fighting for your rights. You already have rights, dude. You already have the right to go and change and be what you want and all that stuff because you live here in America.
All you have to do
How
is use
privileged.
those rights.
How they do. They use them, but then they're trying to push the communist style of rights, like you have to think like me and you have to do what I say.
That's groupthink, right?
It's fascism and communism. I don't want to be told what to do, what to say, how to speak. I have a very free mind, and I don't need someone to tell me I can't do this or I can't do that. You know, outside of my business, there isn't a soul that's going to tell me what to do. Like I had the other day, someone told me, you have to pay for your kids and you have to be a father. I said, oh, bullshit. I said, oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. I could walk right out that door and not give two shits less if I wanted to. And nobody could stop me and make me come back and do what I want, do this, what I want to do, be a man. Nobody's making me do this. Nobody's putting a gun to my head telling me I got to pay bills. Nobody's telling me to take care of you. I could up and bounce. Everybody has free will. Right? It's just a matter of we need to make sure that people realize that we're already free. We're already together. We already live in a country where you're black, white, green, yellow, it doesn't matter. You can get a job. You can make money. You can create your business. You can pray to whatever God you want. You can have whoever friends you want. There's just so much that you can do here that there's nothing wrong already. The only thing wrong with this country right now is we have foreign entities that have bought in and they're telling us we're wrong.
Right.
They're
I will
trying
say
to
that
spotlight
that is-
all this extra stuff. So,
Well, do you have anything from the Bible that you would like to talk about?
yeah, actually, I got something right here. Let me swing this and swing it back. And this is kind of something that kind of really caught me on like really got me today. And it comes from the Old Testament of Isaiah, chapter 13, a prophecy against Babylon. A prophecy against Babylon that Isaiah soon of Amos saw. Raise a banner on a bare hilltop. Shout to them, beckon to them, to enter the gates of the nobles. Enter the gates of the nobles. I have commanded those I prepared for battle. I have summoned my warriors to carry out my wrath. Those who rejoice in my triumph. Listen. We have a puppy and he's running around, so he's being a little turd.
Which is fine.
It's put him in the garage.
Yeah.
For right now, just put him in the garage. Go in the garage with him if you can. I know it's going to be hot. Oh. So anyway, the puppy did that. Those who rejoice in my triumph. Listen, a noise on those mountains like that of a gate of multitude. Listen, an uproar among the kingdoms, like nations amassing together. The Lord Almighty is mustering an army for war. They come from faraway lands, from the ends of the heavens, the Lord and the weapons of his wrath, to destroy the whole country. Wail, for the day of the Lord is near. It will come like destruction from Almighty. Because of this, all hands will go limp. Every heart will melt with fear. Terror will seize them. Pain and anguish will grip them. They will writhe like a woman in labor. That was a tough one. That means twist and turn and scream, right? They will look in angst at each other, their faces aflame. See, the day of the Lord is coming, a cruel day with wrath and fierce anger, to make the Lord desolate and destroy, to make the land desolate and destroy the sinners within it. The stars of heaven and their constellations will not show their light. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. It will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their sins. I will put an end to the arrogance of the Almighty, of the haughty, and will humble the pride of the ruthless. I will make people scarcer than pure gold, more rare than the gold of Ophir. Therefore I will make the heavens tremble, and the earth will shake from its place, and the wrath of the Lord Almighty in the day of his burning anger. Like the hunted gazelle, like sheep without a shepherd, they will all return to their own people. They will flee to their native land. Whoever is captured will be thrust through. All who are caught will fall by the sword. Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be looted, and their wives will be violated. See, I will stir up against them the Medes, who do not care for silver and have no delight in gold. That's me. Their bows will strike down the young. They will have no mercy on infants, nor will they look with compassion on children. Babylon, the jewel of kingdoms, the pride of glory of the Babylonians, will be overthrown by God. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, she will never be inhabited or live in through all generations. There no nomads will pitch their tents. There no shepherds will rest their flock. But desert creatures will lie there. Jackals will fill their houses. Their owls will dwell. And there will be wild goats will leap about. Hyenas will inhabit their strongholds. Jackals, her luxurious places. Her time is at hand, and her days will not be prolonged.
Now, that is really interesting because everybody talks about the love of God, but there's very little that talk about the wrath.
And he is wrath.
And nowadays, that wrath is needed to be talked about.
Well, my biggest thing in that is when he said, that cannot be bought by silver and gold. That's me. I can't be bought by silver and gold. You won't buy me. I will never be a globalist. I don't give a crap about money. What I care about is this country. And I do care about God a lot. You know, we are in a monarchy. There's only one true king.
Right.
That's right. Huh? You like that, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
You went from hearing Dad before. I think you prayed a lot about me, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you pray for me to come to God more?
Well, that's between you and God.
Or that's between you and God. I'm asking if you prayed. You prayed for me?
That's between me and him.
All right.
Can't let that go.
Well, I know that at one point I was a heathen. I was a heathen. You know, I thought, you know, being a young punk running around, acting like I was Mr. Gangster.
Just like the puppy.
You know, just like a little puppy running around acting like a fool. You know, we're all young pups in life. It's just a matter of that we need to take the hands of the people that haven't been, you know, that have been led astray, basically. Not just in God's eyes, but outside of, but I understand it's all under God, but for me, I want to help people, like, I want to help people like the sinners, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to help the sinners. I understand Christians out there, that Christians are watching this. You guys may agree, and you can agree with me all you want, or you disagree with me or him. I can understand that, but I'm trying to reach the sinners. I'm trying to reach people that are the worst of the worst here in America and have them have a change of heart.
Because if you don't change here at home, then you will never change anything outside of home because it is always corrupt at home.
Mm.
So if you're doing missions somewhere else, and if you're doing missions that are out of the country and you still haven't done everything you can within the country, then
You're wrong.
you're wrong. You're not doing the right thing
No,
at home where your family is.
where your people are. Like, I am a nationalist.
Mm-hmm.
I am an American nationalist.
Everybody,
I love
I
this
think.
country. I think that, people are like, well, you fight. I've already fought for your rights. I fought for everybody's rights twice, two different wars. So, I've
With
already
blood, sweat, and tears.
I've already put my money where my mouth is.
Mhm.
All right, so I've already put that in. My point is that those rights are for everybody. And that's the beauty of America, and we need to keep that, in my opinion. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I
I
just
think that's a good message to put out there.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm hate them, because I don't hate anyone. I don't hate a Democrat. I don't hate a Republican. I hate what's going on in the country where we're being lied to, we're being duped, and they're trying to grip control. I hate that stuff. I hate being controlled. Okay, but I love this country, and I love everybody that has the right to be and do what they want and say what they want. They can say I'm an idiot, or I'm fat, or I've got weird hair. It's cool. I love you because you get to say that. I love the fact that you're in the country and you can criticize me.
Hey, bad publicity, good publicity,
Still publicity. Yeah. Listen, I hope you all like our podcast, and I hope you share it, and I hope it changes something in your lives. And if it doesn't, then I'm sorry. But if it does, man, thank goodness, because I want people to understand that we can change, and we can keep this America. We have a great country, and we can keep this going. The last thing we want is to just hand in our cards, Like,
Yeah.
here, take my freedom card, we're done.
You don't want to give up.
I don't want to give up my freedom card, man.
No.
I really don't.
I don't think anybody does when they get into that situation.
Well, I don't think anybody's thinking about the fact that how close we're getting to this. Like, I don't think anybody realizes it because they're always worried about fighting for the BLM or some bullshit like that. Listen,
They're all just concerned in their little circles because of the
licking the iPhone, huh?
Licking the
Licking the
phones.
phone lickers, man. We need to stop being brainwashed. And people are like, oh, well, you read the Bible, that's brainwashed. Well, I have free will.
You read a lot of books.
So, I've read way more than the Bible. I've read Mein Kampf. So that's another thing. Like, the blueprint. You guys that don't read much, you guys that just watch TV or check out
Me,
Instagram.
on the other hand, I read The Prince, so I understand the ugly side of.
Listen, there's a lot of books out there, and there's a lot of knowledge. And the one thing that
Machiavelli.
Machiavelli's a good one. There's the one thing that they don't want you to know is history.
Right.
Because they're using it now against us. Same blueprints.
Always, all throughout history, the same blueprint, just different technology.
Different people, different society.
Same blueprint.
Different society. And the only thing that makes us separate from everybody else is the fact that we have the First and Second Amendment. And that's what's kept us free.
We have the pamphlet, right? The common sense pamphlet with us.
That has the Constitution?
Yeah, that's part of the Constitution.
Yeah, it's our common sense pamphlet. You can carry it with you. You can go get a free one. I'm sure they can send you a free one. You could probably go to your local. You could probably go to.
You can just go online and look at the Constitution.
Yeah, you can do that too.
You can read it all back and forth and know your rights.
And that's important. And people are like, "Oh, that's outdated."
No, that thing's
Well, listen,
never outdated.
that's the best piece of written legislator that I've ever, other than this, that's ever been out there.
Isn't it insane to think that less than 1,000 years ago we didn't have those rights?
It's insane. But we've all said that those rights are given by God.
They were given by God, but impeded by man.
With that being said, I'm a little hungry, and I know Madison's pretty hungry, and she's probably tired of the dog because she's trying to keep him quiet while we're doing our podcast.
So,
If you guys were to like us and share us, then we could probably get a better studio.
Yeah,
So I'm
definitely.
actually going to say, I hope now, after we've done 48, I hope now that we can start getting more popular now. And I want us to make a little bit of money and maybe meet people and have some more guests on. I'd love for President Trump to come on,
What's
so we
up?
can do the power pose together.
Mr. Trump.
But and I know you're in Florida, and I would definitely go to Key West, and you don't have to come here. We'll go to Key West to interview. I know Owen would, because a quick backstory about this young man, President Trump. I hope you see this. Someone share it to him, please. This young man,
Back in 15, 16.
I think it was 2015. He was at a, it was Halloween, and it was in Fort Myers, right? Was it
Yeah,
in Fort
it was
Myers?
Fort Myers, around the area.
It was at the arena, at the Hertz Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Halloween. All right, and this kid loves candy, okay, and loves it. And I took him, and I don't know why, but I was like, hey, Trump is coming to Hertz Arena, and he might be, and I don't think he was the president yet, was he?
He wasn't the president yet. He was just a candidate.
He was just a candidate, and I was like, he might end up being president. And I was like, well, Owen, what do you want to do, man? And you were, how old were you at the time?
I was like 12, maybe.
No, you were younger than that. You were 10. You were in 8th grade. You were
I was in 8th grade. Yeah, I was in.
You were like 6th or 7th grade.
I was about 11, 12.
Okay, 11. So you were like, no, I want to go see Trump. And I was just like, what? And you're like, no, I don't want to go because I was ready to take you out trick or treat because I want candy too. I was just thinking, let's get some candy, And he was like, no, I want to go see President Trump. Or I want to go see Trump because he's probably going to be the president, and then I'll finally get a chance to see somebody.
Right.
Or was he the president and he was coming to campaign for DeSantis?
He wasn't campaigning for DeSantis. He was campaigning for himself. This was before he became president.
Yeah. So, that's a pretty interesting story for this young man wanting to be on your team really early.
Yeah.
So,
I think this is the end of generational
podcast number 48.
48, and we'll see you on 49, and have a great day.
Yeah, and love you guys, dude. Stay
And
salty.
we finally got our schedule down. See you
Hey!
later. Peace.